up on your feet. See the light in everybody you meet. Everybody, get up on your feet. See the light in everybody you meet. Let us be reminded who we've come to be. We are loved, we are one. Hey, 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 yeah, yeah. Let's sing that again. Everybody, get up on your feet. See the light in everybody you meet. Everybody, get up on your feet. See the light in everybody you meet. Let us be reminded of who we've come to be. We are loved, we are one. Come on, one big family. Hey, hey, yeah, yeah. Hey, 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 yeah, yeah. To the bridge. Let us make a joyful sound. Here we stand on holy ground. Let us make a joyful sound. Here we stand on holy ground. Let us make a joyful sound. Say, hey, 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 hey. Everybody, get up on your feet, yeah. See the light in everybody you meet. Everybody, get up on your feet. See the light in everybody you meet. Let us be reminded who we've come to be. We are loved, we are one. One big family, yeah, hey, hey, yeah, hey, 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 yeah, come on. Let us make a joyful sound. Here we stand on holy ground. Let us make a joyful sound. Here we stand on holy ground. Let us make a joyful sound. Hey, 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 hey. Everybody, get up on your feet. See the light in everybody you meet. Hey, hey, yeah, yeah. Hey, 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 yeah, yeah. All right, guys. Woo!
Good morning and welcome to the Center for Spiritual Living Tucson. My name is Morgana and I'm your host this morning. After that rousing bit of energetic joy, let's take a moment to get grounded and settle into the space. I'd like to invite everyone to take a few deep breaths in, hold, and release. We're all a unique expression of the divine source, the one life. That life is God's life. That life is perfect. That life is our life now. If you are setting an intention to experience a happier life, better health, more abundant living, you are in the right place. Know that wherever you are on your spiritual path, you are welcome here. So welcome, and welcome to our virtual friends. For those of us in the sanctuary, if you've got your cell phones with you today, if you'll kindly put them on silent, airplane, or just turn them off, that would be a blessing. Thank you. As you know, every morning before service, we've got a 20-minute meditation at 10:30 in the annex in room 2, I believe. Yes? I hope that you all have a copy of the bulletin this morning. If you got past one of us, Jeff is standing up to show you. He'd be glad to hand one out to you if you're missing one. There we go. Wonderful. You'll find in the bulletin not only today's worship service, but you'll find classes and updates about meetings and special events. I always like to share a couple of those with you, but the bulletin in the newsletter that comes out via email is there to help you explore that more on your own time. So we do have a couple of things coming up in a couple of weeks. It's going to be our first Sunday. We'll have a potluck And so we'll need help setting that up. Please bring a dish to share and a little help cleaning up, because immediately following next potluck, we're going to have a special guest, a special event. Jamie Lula is coming Sunday, November 2nd. He'll be here for Unity and our CSLT service, and a special concert at 1 o'clock right after that potluck. So welcome also to those of you who found us for the first time. We're so happy you've chosen to be with us today. If you have any questions, please find one of our practitioners, and I'd like to ask our practitioners, would you stand so that people can know who to look for? This is just two of our crew that are here today. If you have any questions, please find one of them after the service. They'd love to help you out with answering those questions, or if you have a special need for prayer, see one of them, and they can work with you after service. Feel free to enjoy a few moments of the power of prayer with our amazing practitioners. It's a great gift to give yourself. Now, I'd like, see if we have the words on the screen, or perhaps on your bulletin. Just read the mission statement with me out loud. Center for Spiritual Living Tucson is an inclusive, vibrant, spiritual community focusing on personal connection through our beliefs, principles, and practices of the science of mind.
We will now have the lighting of the flames of faith. We perform this ceremony to promote the universal consciousness of life, which acknowledges that all peoples and all faiths, all sentient beings, come from the one great universal principle, which we call spirit. Fundamental to this truth is the unifying nature of all religions, thoughts, and experience, which we honor here today. The first candle we light is the candle for the Tao, honoring the universal path of harmony and equilibrium, the natural way. We light the candle for the shamanic traditions, honoring the beliefs and practices of all indigenous peoples, the way of primal spirituality. We light the candle for Hinduism, honoring the knowledge, action, and devotion. We light the candle for Judaism, honoring the ethical path of living by sacred law. We light the candle for all forms of Buddhism, honoring the Four Noble Truths and the path of compassion. We light the candle for all forms of Christianity, honoring the Christ consciousness as the path of love. We light the candle for all forms of Islam, honoring the path of submission to the will of God as the highest calling. We light the candle for the universalistic religion of the Baha'i, honoring the path of unity and peace. The ninth candle we light is the candle for all forms of new thought, honoring the metaphysical path of mental healing through the practice of universal spiritual principles. We light the candle for all who are as yet unaware of the power and presence of spirit in their lives. We hold the space for them and for all those religions unnamed in this ceremony. Lastly, as the healing candle is lit, please put silently into the light the names of anyone you wish to experience the healing flame of God's eternal love. And now we will have 3 minutes of silent meditation. As I speak our invocation prayer this blessed day, I invite God, the Lord Almighty, His Holy Spirit to come and be with us, every one of us, and to bless us and help us learn and see and understand better after being here today how it is we can serve, how it is we can help. The earth is in a tumultuous point, and we here are the rock. Our minister guides us and leads us. We listen to every word because it sheds light on what we can do. We're grateful for your being here today. We know you're always here with us, Lord. We know there's always a blessing going on, and we claim it for ourselves. So grateful for all the people putting this tremendous service on today. Our musicians are blessed. The flower people are blessed. All the people that put this on, we're grateful for your service. So with gratitude, I release this prayer and say, so it is.
Let go of the shore and let the water carry you. Let go of the shore, float into the mystery. Let go of the shore and let the water carry you. Let go of the shore, float into the mystery. You have all you need, it's all inside of you. Just close your eyes and breathe and know you are safe. Let go of the shore and let the water carry you. Let go of the shore, float into the mystery. Let go of the shore and let the water carry you. Let go of the shore, float into the mystery. You have all you need, it's all inside of you. Just close your eyes and breathe and know that you are safe. Let go of the shore and let the water carry you. Let go of the shore, float into the mystery. Let go of the shore.
In our program is the spiritual thought for the day. I'll read it, and if you would like to follow along with the affirmation. Spiritual thought for today. When a caterpillar spins its cocoon, it goes through a transformation process, and then emerges as a butterfly. Similarly, when we go through a practice of meditation and prayer, we loosen our egoic grip on a sense of self that is separate from the whole and becomes vehicles of the emergent evolutionary paradigm of love, peace, compassion, wisdom, harmony, and oneness that seeks expression on the planet. This was by Reverend Michael Beckwith, who lives in California. Our affirmation today, would you follow along? I live in harmony with the unfolding of my divine nature. God is the wholeness that I am. Thank you.
So Rhoni has a topic today about costumes, right? So I wrote a song that sort of talks about wearing a mask and taking that mask off. So I'll sing it for you now. Gonna put up my sign tomorrow. Gonna take you all by surprise. I'll show my mind like a painting. Ooh, and I'll leave my masks with you. I'll leave my masks with you. When tomorrow comes again, that's when I will pretend that I'm gonna live again. Ooh, I'm gonna live again. And I will not be ashamed, 'cause I am not ashamed. No, no, no. Ooh, and I will not be ashamed, 'cause I am not ashamed. When yes is no, that's when I will know it's time to go away. It's time to go home. When tomorrow comes again, that's when I will pretend that I'm gonna live again. I'm gonna live again. But I will not be ashamed, 'cause I am not ashamed. No, no, no. And I will not be ashamed, 'cause I am not ashamed. Thanks, guys.
Yes, yes, yes. Thank you. Good morning. Oh my gosh, here we are again. And we're approaching one of my favorite holidays. And I was thinking about Halloween on my way up here this morning, and I thought, oh my gosh, the characters my brother and I picked out. And one of my brothers he was a devil. He always seemed to pick a devil or something else. And my other brother, he always picked something sensible. Well, I had to be the princess or Mary Poppins. I think that was my favorite. And it was just a lot of fun. And there were some years where my father's mother would make our costumes, and then there were years where we actually got to go to the toy store. And remember, you could buy them in a box, that kind of thing. And you'd buy this mask that you'd probably take it off, pretty much like the second house in because it was too hot. And I thought, wow. The costumes that we allow ourselves in our childhood to put on. What was our consciousness? And I thought, well, princesses for me were, pretty and, all that kind of stuff, but I wasn't that. But I loved Mary Poppins because of the magic that she created. And, you kind of think about what was your childhood head doing? The talk this morning is about the costume as consciousness. And it's the shifting realities through intention. And what I want to speak to you this morning about is our clothes. Not the type that we wear every day, our cotton and our polyester or our denim or, whatever you feel comfortable in every day. But the skin, our true suit, the particular and the peculiar consciousness that we inhabit. We live in a world that is obsessed. Oh my God, are we obsessed with fashion? I mean, Vogue and all the other, magazines that, grew up with. Now you get it all online. But, we were obsessed with, what is it, Louis Vuitton. Back in a long time ago in a galaxy far, far away, it was, what was it, Gloria Vanderbilt, Shimon de Fer, still it's Louis, and Ralph. We all have to know Ralph Lauren. So there's a particular, style or whatever, Michael Kors, whatever it is. But we've had this obsession, with surfaces and with how we look and with what I was going to say is it's all cataloged. And yet the great spiritual teaching, the one that is whispered on the wind that we tend to sort of ignore, and it is actually written in the dark, is that the surface is only a hint. It is the costuming. Think about the word costume. It is what you wear to play a part. Are we all not playing a part every single day? In the language of the mystic, the world is often called Leela or Lila, the divine play. As Shakespeare said, all the world's a stage and we are merely players. And what we are, if not actors, in a vast, sprawling, often bewildering drama. We create drama in our lives every day. We're the greatest about it. And our bodies and our titles and our roles, say like the parent or the skeptic or success or the failure or, these are just a few, things that we tailor our clothing to be. But here's the danger and the heart of the matter. We forget that we put the costume on. You know, one of the things that I was thinking about today too is, you know, how ministry over time has evolved and changed. When I was a little girl and I was at the Founders Church in Los Angeles, I often was part of the junior choir, and at the Founders Church, it was this big church, sat over 3,000 people and was packed every Sunday, twice. And I had the opportunity to sit in the choir loft, and when Dr. Hornaday would come up and he would speak, we often called him Batman, because his robes would be flying everywhere because he used his hands. So he looked like he was flying. We loved him dearly, but it was really funny to like, you know, and it was just like he was trying to fly. And then years later, here I am. Never thought that little girl sitting in the choir loft would be doing what he so passionately does and that I love as well. And over time, the ministers have relaxed their image, their costume. We no longer wear robes. However, this minister wears robes for special occasions. And I will make a personal statement right now. I feel like it has dumbed down ministry. And I really would like to see robes come back. However, they do get a little hot. But it's not a costume. It's not just a costume. It's an honor. It's an honor to be able to put on those robes. I had lunch with a friend of mine a few weeks ago who comes in and out. She's a snowbird, and she said to me, she says, Rhoni, she says, I've noticed you're wearing the same black outfit every Sunday. She says, are you in mourning? And I said, no. I said, I have made a decision that I want to create that image of ministry. So I have selected something that I feel gives that image. So you could say, it is my costume every week that I put on. But when I don the garments, it's not just a shirt and pants. It's vestments. That means that I am ministering, I am giving a message, I am a leader, a spiritual leader. Now, of course, I'm sure some of you would argue, well, you really don't need, something to wear to feel to be a minister. You're right. Because I'm a minister 24/7. Even when I'm in my sweats. Not pretty, but I am. So, we often, when we don something, when we, put something on, we tend to confuse the clothing for the body, the role of the soul, the consciousness we are wearing for the consciousness we fundamentally are. I've always felt compassion, and I've always felt spiritual since I was a kid. And the universe knew better. And here I am. We forget that the reality we experience is in large part woven from the fabric of our expectations. When we put on the costume of oh, this is a good one. When we put on the costume of a warrior, your reality becomes a stage set for disaster. Here comes the list. You see threats in the mail. You hear accusations in simple phone calls, and experience the future as a dark and, unlit corridor. There is no light. And the only light you think there is an oncoming train that's going to bow you down. It is the intention. Sewn into the costume is fear. And the world is kind enough to reflect it back to you perfectly, because that's what you believe. When you wear the costume of the victim, okay, here's another one. The world obliges, you by becoming your antagonist. Every slight becomes a wound. Every challenge, a confirmation that you are powerless. The intention is to relinquish agency, and your reality shrinks down to the small, miserable dimensions of the oppressed. That's where we go. Do we really want to wear those costumes? Do we really, really, really want to wear those garments? I'm not talking about denial. The worrier has real things to worry about. If my mother was alive today, she'd tell you. The victim has been genuinely hurt. So this is all about intention. That quiet, profound, and the sovereignty by which, we choose, which roles to play, and therefore which reality to inhabit. What is it that when we get up in the morning, okay, which character am I going to select today? It's interesting, as I have matured, I found that my closet was huge with characters. And now that I have matured, I'm finding my characters are getting smaller. That there are certain characters that I get to take out and put away. Like being a daughter, being a sister, roles that I played at one time, but those people are no longer in my life because they've transitioned. So your closet, you get to clean out your closet. Not that you want to do that, but those things start to thin. Intention of our lives is the needle and thread of the Spirit. It is deep, cellular choice about who we will be. And right now, in the face of what is, who is it that you want to be? Who is it? And when we choose an intention, when we decide with all the weight of our being to inhabit the costume of courage, or the costume of openness, or even the costume of simple presence, the world begins to rearrange itself around us. Because suddenly we've shifted, we've changed. This isn't magic, though sometimes it feels like it in a good way. It is the physics of consciousness. What you put out, you get back. Put on the costume of the guest in your life. Not the owner, not the ruler, but the appreciative visitor and observer. And the earth becomes a breathing, temporary home. The intention is gratitude, and suddenly the smallest things, the pattern of light, like on the floor, becomes an unexpected kindness of a stranger. All these different things start to pop. You know, the reality shifts from burden to blessing. Now, put on the costume of the beloved. A notoriously, usually ill-fitting garment for many of us, stiff with self-doubt. That's what we put into it. That's our starch. But the moment you slip it on, the world begins to show you your true face. Not the flawed reflection in the mirror, but the face of God, looking right back at you and smiling. The intention is trust, and the reality shifts from striving to receiving. So here is the grace. You can change your clothes. Oh, we can. Oh my gosh. We can choose again. Choice. Not the suit you arrived in. However, many of us try. You know, plastic surgery and all that other stuff. But it is, aside from that, it's the consciousness that we are wearing. You can take off the ill-fitting and ill-made costume of despair. You can shed the itchy woolen sack of resentment. And you can, in a small, quiet act of your own will, choose a new intention. You know, I was thinking about that woolen part, and I thought, ooh, how many of us have thought, oh, that's such a cool sweater, it'll keep me warm, and then you put it on and you go, oh no, it's itchy, it's uncomfortable. Kind of like our lives. Sometimes we pick a role that we're very uncomfortable in, and it's itchy and scratchy, and we think, how the heck did I get here, and how the heck do I get out of it? The same way you put it on. You take it off, and you say, thank you, I have had this wonderful experience, but this is not mine to wear. You know, when we realize we no longer need to spend so much time, you know, fighting, you know, our lives and trying to patch up, you know, our old vessels, you know, because we realize the evolutionary impulse is not interested in patching. It really isn't. It is interested in Genesis. And Genesis, oh yes, Genesis keeps going, is a messy business, usually conducted in the dirt and the dark of our lives. Far from the light we so desperately seek. But the light is always shining. It may be, and how we find that light is it may be as simple as we say, as readjusting our thinking. We say, maybe, today I intend to notice one beautiful thing. I can think of a lot of beautiful things right here. Or I intend to respond with curiosity, not judgment. Or I intend to remember that I am already whole. There's no pieces missing. The choice is the metaphysical work of our lives. It is the shift from feeling like you are simply being worn by life or embracing the love that you are. It is to remember that you are the one doing the wearing. The costume we wear is the consciousness we inhabit. This body, as the soul, have inhabited, and we have come in, and we should be in gratitude for what we are, what we experience in this body. You know, the costume that we wear over our soul allows us to move from an abstract concept of consciousness to an embodied consciousness. This being open to the sacred dimension of reality, recognizing that our one individual and physical life is part of the universe becoming conscious of itself. We are all part of this. Each and every one of us is part of everything. We move and breathe and have our being. So over the years, we've picked many costumes. We've lived many lives. We've served many roles. But the biggest role is that you are here right now. And that soul has absorbed so much and learned so much. It's all about love. And as we move forward, we continue to learn about that. Ernest Holmes, our founder, said, "The body is but the physical expression of the soul. It is the manifestation of that thought which is held in the consciousness of the individual." Namaste. So it is at this time that I ask that we just for a moment turn inward. We remember that God is right where we are, surrounding us, filling us. God within is the ground of being for each and every one of us. Yes. We are emanations of the Most High God, and in the awareness of our oneness with God, I further know that we are all connected with each other right here and right now on the unseen side of life. So in the mind, in the heart, that is God, there's only one of us, and we are all in. So in the awareness of our oneness, I speak the word for each and every one of us today. And I know that we are committed to our spiritual path that God has revealed in each and every one of our lives. We bring into our consciousness our family and our friends and parents and children and our furry and finny friends. All of these we love and hold near and dear. And as we see them in love in our mind's eye. We know that God is surrounding and filling them and us, that everyone needs are met, that we are loved and peaceful and whole in every way. And I know that this prayer is a blessing in the world that we live in. And we bless our center. We bless all sacred space everywhere. Synagogues, temples and mosques and ashrams, and all pass to God. And I accept that we are blessed by being together today in so many ways. And so with an open and gracious, full heart, I say thank you, God, for this beautiful experience as a spiritual community together. And I release it. And I release these words into the law of love. And I know this all to be so. And so it is. Amen.
I am remembering who I am. I am remembering who I am. I am remembering who I am.
And so I'm going to make this quick today. We have a beautiful center. We have a beautiful venue. And what I invite each and every one of us to do is to give from our hearts so that we may remain in this space, so that we remain as a spiritual community, so that we don't longer have to be nomads, that we're right here and right now. And so there are ways of giving, online, texting, and in person. And of course, there's the beautiful little basket in the back. So I just invite each and every one of us to take that opportunity to keep us here. I know that we can do that. And so with that, we say these words: divine love, as me, blesses and multiplies all that I am, all that I give, and all that I receive. I am prosperous now. And so I'm going to take this opportunity just for another 10 minutes of your time. And I want to bless the board that has been with us, and then introduce you to our new board. This morning, you're lighting 3 candles. The white one for this one spirit, which represents the one life which unites us all. The first purple candle is for the preciousness of our spiritual community, a safe harbor for all to anchor in while we explore the possibilities for the full expression of God within our own lives. This candle represents the past as it has unfolded here, and we recognize all the people who have played a part in bringing about this moment today. We especially honor those board members who have just completed their term of office. The third purple candle is for our new Board of Trustees members and for the vision we have as a spiritual community, because they have chosen to make the commitment to be a co-creator and leaders in our center. We are enriched. As you see, the light is stronger. These 3 candles give visibility to the biblical saying that where 2 or more are gathered, God is fully present. May I have Marianne and Chris come to the stage. Everyone. You can't do that? No? Chris, you have been our visionary. You've been our leader. And I wish to thank you for putting up with me for another year. I know it hasn't been easy. And I apologize for those times that weren't. But I just want to know, I want you to know that I so appreciate your service and the devotion and the loyalty that you've had for Center for Spiritual Living so many times, because I know how many times you've served on the board. So I just want to say thank you. And in that gratitude, it says, Chris Wheeler, Board of Trustees, October 2021, October 2025. In grateful appreciation for your leadership and devotion. Welcome. Mary Ann. Mary Ann has been our board president. Yes, please. Mary Ann has been our board president, and according to what I've understood, is she served 2017 to 2020, and then she decided to serve again from 2022 to 2025. Yes. And in these and she again was one of the ones that I begged to please, serve another year, because as a new minister, it's often very difficult to navigate a new congregation. And I want to thank you. Thank you for all the navigation that we did. And all the craziness and all the wonderful things that we created. And I want to thank you for your time and for your loyalty and your endless list of things that I don't know how we're going to replace her. So her little thing says, Mary Ann Murray, Board of Trustees, 2017 to 2020, and 2022 to 2025. In grateful appreciation for your leadership and devotion. Thank you. All right, let's see. Yes. Oh, you got to do that, don't you? May I please have the new board come forward? On the pedestal. Yes, please. Yes?
The way we're doing it is we have 4 new to replace the 2 that are leaving.
Right, yeah. Can you? Exactly. Okay, I need glasses for this one. I don't know why. Sharon, Morgana, Sandy, and Jeff. You have been elected to the Board of Trustees for Center for Spiritual Living, Tucson, because the members of this center and I believe you to be more than worthy as a representative. We believe you to possess the qualities of leadership which will embrace and carry out our vision. The board is both an honor and a privilege, and with this privilege comes personal and organizational responsibilities. In accepting this position on the board, you are making a commitment both to serve and to lead our congregation according to our shared values and our principles. So with that, do you so commit to these values and principles? Every board member needs a deep commitment to their spiritual life. Do you have such a commitment?
I do.
Okay. If a conflict arises between our position as a board member and your personal opinions, will you commit first to prayer, second to speaking only to the involved parties, and third to acknowledge this conflict before the board and take positive measures to eliminate the conflict? Will you commit to support in a positive manner all actions initiated by the board, even when you are in a minority position in such actions? Okay. With full commitment and a bond of trust established by this ritual, by this ceremony. You are now duly installed as a board of trustees of the Center for Spiritual Living, Tucson. Yes. And don't move. And with that, I have some things to give you. You have a new name badge. And within those books is a copy of the last month's minutes and a copy of our bylaws. And yes, and all kinds of things. You can arrange it however you want to. But Sharon, thank you. Thank you. Oh, thank you for saying yes. And Sharon goes into this year as her last year serving on the board. She's done an amazing job for the last few years, and I'm so glad that she is continuing. Yes. Morgana brings creativity and teaching. She's a teacher of teachers, and I am so glad that she said yes, because I know that her creativity will spread. And beautiful Sandy. The beautiful, beautiful business-minded Sandy, I know that she will know, yes. Yeah, I know that from her experience of life and the way she organizes and the way she presents, that we are in such good hands. Thank you. And Jeff, so you all know, is our board president. Yes. And I want to say thank you, because he and I had a lot of talks before he said yes, which was smart. And Jeff brings with him a plethora of things, and one of the main things is that he is supposedly retired financial guru. So with that, and his personality and who he is, I knew that he was a perfect fit. And thank you for saying yes. So these, my dears, my beloveds, are who is going to be guiding, who's going to be running our ship, who's going to be sailing, who we're all sailing together. So sails are up, we're on, and we're going forward. Thank you.
And with that, please stand up and sing our closing song, I Release and I Let Go. I release and I let go. I let the Spirit run my life, and my heart is open wide. Yes, I'm only here for God. No more struggles, no more strife. And with my faith, I see the light. I am free in the Spirit. Yes, I'm only here for love. I release and I let go. I let the Spirit run my life, and my heart is open wide. Yes, I'm only here for God. No more struggles, no more strife. With my faith, I see the light. I am free in the Spirit. Yes, I'm only here for love. I am free in the Spirit. Yes, I'm only here for love.
All right, say, woohoo! Say with me, And my life is filled with infinite possibilities. Yes, it is. I love you. Have a wonderful week. Mwah. See you next Sunday.